I am Dave Epstein. Welcome to this edition of Growing Wisdom. I am next to what's kind of a Japanese garden, a little bit of a rock garden, and I've got some Japanese iris I want to show you. If you look closely here, you can see this clump of blue flag iris which has gone by now. You can actually see some of the brown shriveled on the top. They'll actually get some seeds. So let's go back and let's show you what I really want to show you, and it's this iris here, the Japanese iris. Let's talk about this one. This is the Japanese iris, and I want to talk about a few things I've noticed with it. First of all, it likes at least 6 hours of sun. It's just stunning. Look at that. I'm just going to leave that there for a second. I mean, just give you an idea. Here's my hand. So it's pretty big. It's a pretty big flower. There's another one. You know, there's no real scent with them. You know, here's a smaller one right there. Maybe a tiny bit. There's a couple more. One that fell. It has spread. So, you know, I had this one little plant here, right about here, and it's gone quite a bit. So it's definitely not invasive. But, you know, be aware it's going to spread, and you might want to pull some of it up over time. But the flowers are absolutely beautiful. So what's great about this is that it does have these beautiful flowers. It likes acidic soil. It wants to be in moist soil. So over here is wetland. So underneath here, it's wet. And so this area doesn't really dry out, even in a dry area or a dry year. That's going to remain with quite a bit of moisture. And I think that's why it's so happy. And, you know, the soil is pretty moist. We can get down here, sort of look, you know, it's got some moisture to it. And we haven't rained in a bit. I do have some irrigation up on the lawn here, so that may get some moisture there. But basically, 6 hours of sun. It will flower these beautiful purple flowers. There's different varieties, so this is more of a simple one here. If you want to divide it, and you can do that almost any time of the year, but it's recommended you cut back 3/4 of the green growth. I would say best time to transplant it would be early in spring. Stay away from June, July, and early August, and then again mid-August through September, October. You could probably get away with transplanting it at that point or giving it away to some friends. But it is a really nice plant to have, and the leaves are rather attractive. I like the texture here in this particular garden. Just to give you a quick view, you've got some astilbe over here. We had the baptisia that was blooming. You know, we've got this wonderful Japanese maple back here, and then the astilbe down further in that spot. So this is just a little bit of it kind of has a Japanese feel to it, this little bit of a garden. A little bit wild, but the star of the show this week, definitely these Japanese iris. Certainly my Japanese iris, the star of the show here, July 1st, this particular year. They are flowering beautifully. I absolutely love having them in the garden, and they do add some really unique and interesting late iris texture to a Japanese garden like this, or what I kind of call a Japanese garden. It's not really a traditional Japanese garden, but it has some elements to it. So there you have it. For Growing Wisdom, I'm Dave Epstein.